Hello friends, how are you all? Welcome to our JavaScript video tutorial. In today's video, we will discuss DOM methods and elements, the tools that let us use JavaScript to control web pages like magic. Think of the DOM as a map of your web page. It lists everything on the page like button, text, images, and links. Using JavaScript, we can find these parts, change them, or even add new ones. First, let's talk about DOM methods. Imagine this like spells in a wizard's book. Each spell does something unique, finding an element, changing its content, or adding something new. Here are some cool DOM methods you can use. Examples of DOM methods like get element by ID. These methods help us find an element by its unique ID. It's code like that. Const element equals to document dot get element by ID. Then we can use example like ID वगैरह. Then get element by class name. If you want to find multiple elements with the same class name, this method finds them all. Then it's example of that. Const element equals to document dot get element by class name. Then its value is example. This is the class name. Then get elements by tag name. If you want to find, it's a great for finding the first elements that matches a CSS selector. Now look at get element by tag name. It's finds and return a list of elements with a specific HTML tag name, and it is example like a constant paragraph equals to document dot get element by tag name. So it's like class name or element by ID. These all are same like examples. Then query selector. It is a great for finding the first element that matches a CSS selector. Example like constant element equals to document dot query selector slash I think this is a ID example dot child element. This is the ID name example and this is dot child element. Then query selector all it's find all matching elements. Example const element document dot query selector all p dot means tag name dot example. Now let's talk about DOM elements. These are the parts of your web page like buttons, paragraph, and image. Using JavaScript, we can change text or style, add new elements, even remove things. Now look at the examples of DOM elements methods. Now first one is a inner HTML. Is a property that allow you to get or set the HTML content inside an element. It reads the HTML markup between the opening and closing tag of an element or change it dynamically. Now look at this example. I have to open my code editor. Now I am creating a div and I give them ID equal to my div and I put it a content like old content. I am going to the script tag, writing us some code document dot get element by ID. Then I have to select my div. Now use inner HTML method. Now I have to create inside this div one h1. I have to create h1 like h1 tag. This is a closing tag. Now we have put some text here. Now we comment that open with the live server. Now you can see JavaScript training, then old content. Here is a div and divs have text like old content. Now I'm check with our inspect element and elements. Now you can see body have h1 tag JavaScript, then demo ID, my ID, control old content. Okay, now remove comment, then check. Now you can see new content is added. Now this div have h1 new content. When we add inner.html, this content will be added. Initially the div with the ID my div contain old content. By using inner HTML, we change the content of div to h1 new content, h1 closing tag. Then the HTML structure inside the div is updated. Note inner HTML will also be used to retrieve the HTML constraint inside an element. Now look at text content. Text content is a similar to inner HTML, but it only retrieves or set the text content of an element without any HTML tag. It's often used when you want to work only with the text. Now let me show in the example. Go ahead, code editor. Then I will theme div which I want. I don't want this. Now I'm creating text content. Okay, so it will change and appear a new content on the web browser. Now let me save this. Now look, new content is visible. Then div id new content. When I comment this, now look, old content is visible, and it's not visible script which I have used in text content. Now look at this. When we uncomment this, it's appear new content. Now create element tag name. Create element tag name creates a new HTML elements, but it doesn't attach it to the DOM. You need to append it manually to an existing element. Now we have taken an example comment. Now we write some code here. Now we take constant name new div, and then we take document dot create element div. Okay, now new dot div, sorry, new div dot text contain equals to. Now I have added some content like I am a new div. Now we can append this child into our body. So document dot body dot append child. We use append child here. Then new div. Now we remove that. And I also comment this. Now look at our browser. Now control S, check. Nothing is visible, only h1 is visible there. JavaScript training. Now nothing is there. So I will comment out this. Control save. Now check. Now I am a div. It's create a. Now look at this. It's create a div. I am a new div. Now look at this. So how we can how this can we use create element. We can create elements like that. We set the text content of this new div like I am a new div. Now we can create a new text node which represent plain text. This is useful when you want to add text but not as an HTML content. So here is an example like take some JavaScript code. So here we write JavaScript code like constant new text node. Now we can create a new constant like const new div. Now we create a element like before we saw this. Not take append child. So we create a new uh, div here, div dot append child. Okay, sorry, append child. Put here new text node. Now document dot body dot append child new div. Okay, this one. Okay, now save this. No, this is a new text node. It's visible now. This is a text node. Okay, first we create a text node. This is a text node. Uh, then we create a div element using create element. Then we append the text node to div using append child. Finally, the div containing the text node is append to the body of the page. Now look, append child new node. Um, Append child new node adds a new node as the last child of a specified parent element. Now look at example. Now we can create a div. Okay, we use this div. Okay, ID we take container. Here we add div. Class name is first child. Okay, we don't need a first. We don't need a class name here, so we remove that. Now remove all script tag code. Now we create a variable const new div wants to create document, create a some element like div document dot create element div. Now new div dot text contain, we add some text contain here like document dot get element by id. We use container dot append child, sorry, append child, then we create new div, close with this semicolon. First we comment this. Okay, I remove this and save this. Now look at it our browser. Now we can see the first child here, then contain div container, then first child, nothing after the div, this div. Now we have added this JavaScript code. Now look at the example. First we save this. Okay, initially the content div has a child first child. We create a new div with the text I am the new last child and append it as the last child of the container. Append child always add the new elements at the end of the parent element child list. We can see the code here. It's a problem. Now this is the first child div, then this is the second div. I am the last child div. Now here we can now this is a inner HTML. Then look at the last one. Insert before new node a reference node. Okay, insert a new node before a reference node. This is useful when you want to insert an element at a specific location in the DOM. Now take an example. We remove all of that. Now we have to create a new div like name a second child. Now look at in the browser the first child and this is the second child. Now here in the elements tab, now this is the container and this is the first child and this is the second child. Now take a variable to name is new div. Now we create a reference variable. Now we use query selector. Then we add ID like container. Here we use second child, container dot second child. Now in this insert before we use first new div, what we want actual. Then we use a reference node variable. This is our reference. Save. Now check. This is first child, this is second child, and I am inserted before the second child. Now you can see first child, second child, then this is a third child. So that's how you can use DOM methods and elements to create interactive and dynamic web pages. With JavaScript, you can find anything on the page, change it however you like, or add new parts to make the page more exciting. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Keep smiling and happy coding. Thank you.